Have you ever pondered the potential of a nuclear apocalypse? A chilling thought, isn't it? A single incident could spell widespread devastation, a catastrophic loss of life, and irreversible environmental consequences. Imagine for a moment our world plunged into a nuclear winter, the sun obscured, life as we know it ceasing to exist. It's a scenario that's as terrifying as they come. This is no lighthearted topic, yet one we must confront as we delve into the history and development of nuclear weapons. The genesis of these deadly weapons traces back to the early 20th century. It all began with an unexpected discovery, a scientific breakthrough that would change the world forever. It was the year 1938 when German physicists Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann stumbled upon the phenomenon of nuclear fission, the splitting of an atom's nucleus. This discovery didn't go unnoticed. Across the Atlantic, a team of brilliant minds was assembled, a team that would later be known as the architects of the Manhattan Project. Among them were the likes of Enrico Fermi, the Italian physicist who mastered the art of creating controlled nuclear reactions, and Robert Oppenheimer, the theoretical physicist, often called the father of the atomic bomb. Their work, carried out in utmost secrecy, led to the development of a power so immense it could wipe out entire cities in a flash. It was this extraordinary group of minds that led to the birth of the first atomic bomb. The Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings introduced the world to the devastating power of nuclear weapons. In an instant, 2 cities were obliterated. Tens of thousands of lives extinguished in the blink of an eye. The aftermath was equally horrifying, with survivors suffering from radiation sickness, burns, and the psychological trauma of the event. But the bombings didn't just mark the end of the Second World War. They also ushered in a new era of fear and tension, setting the stage for what would be known as the Cold War. 2 superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, entered into a chilling standoff. Each sought to outdo the other, amassing veritable arsenals of nuclear weapons. This was the nuclear arms race, a dangerous game of one-upmanship that saw the creation of increasingly destructive weapons. The hydrogen bomb, for instance, was 1,000 times more powerful than the atomic bombs dropped on Japan. It was a cataclysmic force, capable of wiping out entire cities and contaminating vast areas with deadly radiation. This relentless pursuit of nuclear superiority didn't make the world safer. Quite the contrary. It brought humanity to the precipice of destruction, the consequences of which would have been unimaginable. Every diplomatic dispute, every political crisis, ran the risk of igniting a nuclear war. The arms race left the world teetering on the brink of a nuclear apocalypse. Today, the threat of a nuclear apocalypse still looms, albeit in a different form. In this modern world, 9 nations lay claim to the power of the atom. These include the United States, Russia, the United Kingdom, France, China, India, Pakistan, Israel, and North Korea. Each with their own motivations and justifications, their arsenals vary in size and sophistication. But the destructive potential of even the smallest is horrifyingly vast. The risk of nuclear proliferation is a constant concern. As technology advances and global tensions rise, the chance of nuclear weapons falling into the wrong hands becomes an ever more pressing threat. Rogue states, extremist groups, even individual actors could, in theory, acquire these weapons of mass destruction, ushering in a new era of potential devastation. Yet, there's a concept that has so far deterred their use: mutually assured destruction, or MAD. This theory posits that the use of nuclear weapons by any nuclear power would result in the destruction of both the attacker and the defender. It's a high-stakes game of chicken, where the only winning move is not to play. However, the effectiveness of MAD is contingent on rational actors. In a world that often seems anything but rational, can we rely on this theory to prevent a nuclear apocalypse? Thus, we find ourselves in a delicate balance, with the specter of a nuclear apocalypse ever present. The potential of a nuclear apocalypse is a sobering reminder of the power humanity wields. We've journeyed through the birth of nuclear weapons, witnessed their devastating impact in Japan, and closely observed the tension-filled Cold War era. We've also scrutinized the current state of affairs where nuclear power remains a looming threat. This journey through history isn't meant to instill fear, but to inspire action. As we move forward, it is our responsibility to ensure that this power is never unleashed again. For the survival of our species and our planet depends on it.